What's up, geniuses? Welcome to my last episode on Mastering the Mind. This is episode 6, and this is about practicing self-compassion. Now, we've talked about the garden, about observing our mind, about accepting some of the thoughts that come into our mind and making sure that we can reprogram our mind to change how we react to those thoughts. Today, we're going to talk about self-compassion. Accepting the mind for what it is, okay? There's a lot of things in our mind that we try and bury because they show us as being vulnerable to the outside world or vulnerable to ourselves. Have you ever beaten yourself up before? Beaten the shit out of yourself because you made a mistake or because you hurt someone or you did something wrong or because you were too scared to act on something and you missed an opportunity? Well, this is something that we need to learn how to accept and give credence to. But a lot of the time we try and bury these feelings deep down. And what happens is when we deny ourselves feeling certain things, we deny ourselves the benefits of those feelings. So for instance, if we deny ourselves going through the pain of a loss, okay, what happens is we're denying ourselves the grieving process. We're denying ourselves the ability to grow from that process. A lot of the time, people can try and kill feelings off with drugs, alcohol, or with just basically squashing those feelings, compartmentalizing them, and just not focusing on them at all. If we practice self-compassion, we're doing ourselves a great service because we're accepting ourselves for who we are. We're accepting our vulnerabilities. We're accepting our failings. We're accepting the things that we aren't good at. But we're also realizing the beautiful things about us as well. And the things we need to go through, these feelings of vulnerability, we need to understand what they are. We need to feel those things so that we can get the benefits of what our emotions are trying to tell us. Let's say that you're tired all the time. Okay, maybe it's because you think you're lazy. Oh, no one else is tired all the time. I must just be lazy. Or is that just your mind telling you that, well, you're one of these people that just needs to reset once in a while? Maybe you're a person who needs to have a sleep during the day. Or maybe you tell yourself, oh, one of the things I've told myself before is I'm a psychopath because I've managed to deal with grief in a positive way this time around. Isn't that funny that I've just recently dealt with some grief and it's the best I've ever handled grief, and my mind tried to tell me that I was a psychopath because of that. No, it's just because sometimes we find strength in ourselves we didn't know what we had, but because of these preconceptions of ourselves, we can quickly turn that into a negative. So we need to really be positive about how we view ourselves. We need to accept ourselves for who we are, accept that we're not perfect, and also accept that those imperfections and those vulnerabilities are going to show themselves to us and that we need to be aware of them and accept those as part of who we are so that we can obtain growth. Guys, I just want to say thank you for tuning in to these episodes 1 to 6 of Mastering the Mind. I hope you've got value. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode and what you thought about the series in general. Share this with someone that you think they might get value. And please stay tuned for more little series that I'm going to be putting out. Thanks for your time. Love you all. Gratitude to everyone that's watching this video. Have a top day.